On the anniversary of one of the darkest days in American history, I sat staring at my phone, my thumb hovering over the post button. It had been 18 years since I lost her, my girlfriend at the time, when the Twin Towers collapsed. She had been on the 67th floor. There were no goodbye calls, no final texts. 1 minute she was at her desk, the next, gone. Every year, that day hits like a tidal wave. But this year was different. This year, I had just come back from the edge myself. Not long ago, I survived a near-death accident. It left me shaken, more aware than ever of how fragile and unpredictable life really is. And in that shaken space, I started to look back, not just at the accident, but at the years, at the people I've loved and lost, at all the ways I've taken things for granted. I promised myself I'd do better. I'd cherish the people still here. I'd honor the ones who aren't. So I opened my Facebook and began building a tribute. 4 photos, one of just her, smiling like she always did. 2 of us together, holding hands, wrapped up in each other's arms, and one in her office, taken the day she'd just been hired. I chose my words carefully, or so I thought. I didn't pour out some sweeping declaration. I wrote, "I'll always miss you, and you will always be a big part of who I am. I hope you are proud of me." I hit post. I sat back. And for a moment, I felt at peace, like I had done something right, something respectful. A few hours later, my phone buzzed. A text from my wife. Her words hit harder than any wave of grief. "Do you love me, or do you want a divorce?" I froze, reading it over and over. My chest tightened. I told her I loved her more than anything. That my post wasn't about choosing the past over the present. But her reply was sharp, almost like a slap. She said it was disrespectful, a public humiliation. That posting my ex, as she called her, for all our friends and family to see was a slap in her face. And just like that, my tribute became a weapon I never meant to wield. Guilt twisted in my stomach. My mind kept flashing to her expression when she saw it, imagining the questions running through her head. Was she my second choice? If the towers hadn't fallen, would I still be with my girlfriend from all those years ago? Had I spent our whole marriage secretly longing for someone else? The truth is, I didn't think about it that way. I wasn't comparing. I wasn't pining. But I could see how she might feel blindsided, so I took the post down. Still, the tension didn't fade. My wife's hurt felt raw, immediate, and unshakable. Mine did too, only in a different way. Because in my mind, this wasn't about romance. It wasn't about the past eclipsing the present. It was about loss. It was about a young woman whose life was cut short in a national tragedy and how she shaped the man I am today. But as the day went on, more questions kept circling in my head. Had I been careless? Could I have honored her memory without making it feel like a love letter? Should I have gone to my wife first, asked her how she'd feel, worked together to make it a joint remembrance instead of a private one turned public? In the hours that followed, the silence between us became its own presence. Heavy, awkward. We moved through the house like two strangers. Me trying not to say the wrong thing, her trying not to look at me at all. And in that silence, I started to doubt myself. People who knew us both, friends, family, mutual acquaintances, had seen the post. Some probably thought it was touching. Others, maybe not. I imagined the whispers, the sideways glances, the quiet judgments. Why would he post that? Does his wife know? Part of me wanted to defend myself, to say this is grief, not disloyalty. That love doesn't vanish just because someone dies. That my wife is not in competition with a ghost, but another part of me. The part that remembers the look in her eyes, wondered if the wound I caused was one I could have avoided entirely. The irony stung. My whole point was to stop taking people for granted. And yet, in doing this, I might have taken her feelings for granted. It left me asking myself, when you've built a new life with someone, is there a respectful way to honor a past love without making your current partner feel like they're standing in the shadow of someone gone? Or is that a line that should never be crossed? So, am I the asshole? You've just heard one of the most delicate and emotionally charged situations we've ever shared here on AITA Stories. This wasn't just about a Facebook post. It was about the way grief, memory, and love collide with the realities of marriage. The truth is, grief doesn't run on a schedule. It doesn't fade neatly into the background when you move forward in life. You can build something beautiful in the present and still carry the love you felt for someone in the past. That's not betrayal. That's being human. But here's where it gets complicated. When you choose to share that love publicly, especially in a way that includes photos, intimate moments, and words that could be read as romantic, you're not just honoring the person you lost. You're also sending a message, whether you mean to or not, to the person standing beside you today. This story forces us to think about the tightrope we walk in relationships touched by loss. Where is the balance between honoring your past and protecting your present? Is it about transparency? Is it about wording? Is it about timing? Or is it about knowing that some moments, however meaningful, are best kept private or shared quietly with those who understand? I think what resonates most here is how quickly love and grief can get tangled in interpretation. The same sentence, "I'll always miss you," can be a heartfelt tribute in one heart and a dagger in another. That's why communication matters. Not just talking, but inviting your partner into the process before you put something into the world. Because when you bring them in, you give them the chance to stand beside you in that moment, instead of feeling like they were left on the outside looking in. So now I want to ask you, if this were your marriage, and you were the one posting, or the one reading your spouse's post, how would you feel? Where would your line be? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it.